So thank you everyone for coming down. So this year it's gonna be again 10 days long of amazing creativity, many venues across London. But I want to also kind of talk to you about what's this year, what makes this year very particular and very unique. This year we're going to focus on British young creatives. And I'm glad to say the most Somali Week events are sold out already. Well, so that shows not only that the generations are changing, we're not only dealing with the second Somali creatives, but we're also dealing with third Somali creatives. So just to start, we have an strand of literature. So Amna Muhyiddin, Salma Ibrahim, Samatar Elmi, Muna Dahir. Film. This year we don't have only one film, but we have total of 4 films and 2 documentaries. So last night we had the premiere of A Village Next to Paradise, and tomorrow it's going to be shown at the Kill Theatre. And I'm also glad to say it's also almost sold out. Almost 300 people are coming to that to see the film. So we are rooting for Mo Harawi, actually, who is now filming in Garowe. So well done to the brother. And Ahmed Farah, who is here, who was one of the executive directors. Please welcome with me, Ahmed. But also Somali Weeks also, not least in terms of literature, Somali Week Festival also what we have been trying to do in the last couple of years. Somalis are not on their own in London. So what we are trying to do is to partner to make sure that Somali communities are part and parcel of London-wide cultural happening. So one of our events is with the Literature Festival of South Bank Centre. So I'm also glad to say that poetry event is also sold out. I'm sorry, good news for us, but maybe bad news for some of you who have not purchased their tickets yet. So that is in terms of young people, but also Hudson. Congratulations to Hudson, her first debut play. We're going to she's going to show her play twice. Her play is showing twice, and it was sold out in record time, 4 hours. Really, and absolutely congratulations to Hudson. So her play is tomorrow, Sunday, and the Wednesday. And hopefully what we are hoping is that we will be able to, after Somali, we will look at another opportunity to showcase her work somewhere else. So please follow them or through us or through Hudson herself and her social media. But also this year we have heavily, we have incredible academic events. We are very grateful that we are not only partners with UCL, with our chair here, Michael, who will be speaking later, is member of, and he was actually, people only know me, but he's also KITE's founding chair. Can you please give a round of applause to my chair? But also you saw us. So we have on the Friday next week, today, a week from today, we have two incredible Somali academics. The 2 Samatar brothers are coming from the US, and it will be a heavy discussion of 2 hours on what went wrong with being Somali. So these are not my words, but that's their words. So if you are interested in terms of Somali politics, Somali society, Somali, but also what the 2 professors think, where we are heading with this, please come to the academic discussion to also on the same evening, we have second panel, Fawzia Abu Bakr from Chichiga University. With her colleagues, they will be presenting the work of, actually a very important work of their research, which talks about, for the first time, not about reconciliation, but about justice. Because Somalis, we tend to always talk about reconciliation and hugging each other, while we don't address the issues of justice. And I'm very much looking forward to Fawzia and that discussion, Fawzia and Chichiga University. And this particular piece of work, it's in regards to what happened in Somali region of Ethiopia. But I think that it could be sample for all Somalis. How can we deal with issue? How can we address the question of justice? Lastly, but really important for us is Somali Week. We're trying to also serve for communities that I always like to make you aware that are not included in our overall programming when it comes to art, culture, but all other activities. So we are very incredibly proud that this year we are serving our deaf community there. Please give them our applause. And we have three BSL translated events. So it's this one, but also there is an incredible event which we are actually. Where's Rachel? Rachel is here. Rachel Johnson. Where's Rachel? I don't see her somewhere. Yeah, there at the back. Rachel, please also see. She's going to present her book. Her book is about Alaleni, the Italian woman who have set the first deaf school in Somalia in Borame. Actually, I think it's the first deaf school in whole Somali territories. And Rachel there, she have wrote a book about the work of wonderful Alaleni. But also we're going to discuss with people who are sometimes less able, how can we make our societies more accessible? So I hope you will all come, and because often they cannot communicate. We often say, oh, I'm excluded. We have our way of thinking, we are excluded. But one of the things really what made me awake is 10 years ago, Hawo and her team came to SOAS event and they said, our communities never talk to us because we don't speak, and they never arrange, so we only have other people speaking to us, but no one of our community. That had forever really changed my outlook to the world. And thank you to Howard's activism. Howard's activism. It's through Howard's activism that we actually are able to invite. She said, we want to have Rachel here, so Rachel's here. Thank you, Howard. But Somali Week, as you already always know, is also not only about young people, creativity, what we are aiming to achieve for the future. But Somali culture would not have been driving and being, part and parcel of our lives. If it was not for great people like Hadrawi, Gary, many who are already not with us. But this year we are incredibly proud and very proud that we're gonna honor while she's still with us. And please, can you help me welcome Hiba Noor Mohammed Odoun. So the Somali Week final will be celebrating the works and the creativity and the contribution of Hiba Noura, one of the few very artists who's still with us, and we are proud that she traveled yesterday from Minnesota, and that's the second or third time that she's with us, and we love her so much. So Sunday, don't miss the final. It's not any more surprise. So many of the Somali artists in London would be singing because Hibo doesn't sing anymore. Some of her songs, I'm sure they won't be able to do justice, but we will try. So please come down to celebrate the final Sunday at the Queen Mary. Beautiful theater, but also interview with Hibo, but also other artists. But it's gonna be great night. So again, aad baan kusoo dhaweynayna hooyo, aad iyo aad baan kusoo dhaweynayna. Maanta hadalkaygu badan yahay soo maaha? No, I just. So, can you please help me also? If Somali Week would not have been Somali Week, if we don't have such an amazing lineup and visitors from all over, diaspora, Somali region, the Northern America, anywhere. So, I'm gonna quickly read their names and just give them all together one round of applause. Of course, Hibanura. Farxi kaba yare maaday inshallah finalka inooga wacsiin doontaa wuxuu ilaahay baray soo maaha Lul Hassan, Rebecca, Ahmed Farah, Qadr Udurus, Saeed Ahmed, Jama' Musa, Macalin Saeed Sigoniya, shacabkii Sigoonida, Sayid Ahmed, markii ugu horreysay 10 sano noo yimid waxaan ila soo dhaweeya. Idil Barkhad, Bodari, Fosia, Rachel, and of course the 2 Samates who will be. There are many other people. In this crowd, I'm so incredibly touched and so incredibly happy that so many British Somali artists from all over the UK are with us. Yusra is here, Elmi is there. Many of them you will see throughout the weekend, throughout the one day. But I want to also thank all the venues and many of you. I'm happy to say today, for the first time, Art Council is with us, Jess. I'm going to introduce her. Many of you often think Somali Week Festival is heavily funded by British government, which is not. So I'm happy that Jess is here to be my witness. So I want to thank all the venues across London who are always there to support us. British Library, to start with, who are hosting us tonight. South Bank Center, SOAS, UCL, Queen Mary, but also this year we're going to go to Sheffield, Cardiff, Bristol, all those other venues. Some of the UK-wide, our partners are here. Can you also give them all round of applause for their hard work? So tomorrow we have our festival in Cardiff. Our partner is Leicester. We have next week we have our event in Liverpool, and we have also our event the week after in Sheffield. So this became like beyond us. Lastly, I want to also thank. This would not happen without sponsorship, funding, volunteers. Before I go on with our sponsors, can you please give a round of applause to our 50 volunteers? It's not anymore 10, not 20, not 30, 50. But also an incredible team. People, often you will see my face, but Ubah, that's our producer. Don't you think our marketing is fantastic? That's Karima. Where is she? Karima. And Christina, where are you, Christina? Christina there, our artistic director. And of course, all our fantastic board members. Adel Rashid is here. Adel Barra is here. Sarah Ahmed. Where's Sarah Ahmed? Somewhere there. She's hiding there. Please give her a round of applause. So all those people who really made this together, it's together work. If it was not for all those volunteers, all those personal donations, this would not have been possible. Kate does not have $500,000 to make this happen. It is the will and the energy and commitment of all those people. So please give them round applause. But also, I want to give big thanks to all the committed Somali communities that are always behind us, starting with Dahabshil groups. Many of them are here. Magan Taxi in Safi, Rhoda is not here. Care Solution in East London. Oasis in West London. Sagal Chat even from Hargeisa are supporting us, Somaliland. Can you give them a round of applause? They are not even here. They are not even here. Good Light Energy, if you want to do Good Light Energy in Horn of Africa, please use their look up, I would say. And so many money of our other funding. But we have also something big really to celebrate. For a very long time, Kite has been project funded, and it was very difficult. Project funded, and every year we had to apply for the Art Council. Another year, can we get again a bit of money to do this festival? But last 3 years, we became national portfolio organization, and we are very proud. So. Also to top that, this year, we have also got the support of Paul Hamlin, which will match fund our work with Art Council of England. So we are also proud that Paul Hamlin is also now standing behind us. So please give them a round of applause. With that note, can I invite Chas from the Art Council to say a few words? Let's show the way, please.
Good evening, and I don't know if you can hear me at the back. I need to stand on my tiptoes. I might do something like this and apologize for the next person that they'll need to lift this up. So I just want to say thank you so much for inviting me here this evening. And I'm just feeling really privileged, and thank you for that wonderful introduction to the stage. I am also a little bit nervous because, you know, it's a great space. I'm ready to see the work go up and the panel get speaking. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is I'm really thrilled, I'm really honoured to be here at the 17th Somali Week Festival, and to be able to be here as a representative of the Arts Council, who we have, again, been able to support the work here. So I'm going to just echo what you said earlier, which was that we're also really proud of KAID's work, both as a national portfolio organisation, first time in the portfolio, and as their relationship manager. I'm also in the background supporting, helping, and trying to make sure that what you're doing, how you're being seen, and how the work is being shared is also making its way to the people that need to see it in the organisation, and to make sure other organisations like yourself are also continuing to be in the portfolio. And the more of you like you here in the portfolio, the better. So the extraordinary work that you've been doing, I think just over the 3 years that we've been working together, it's been an honour. But again, this year, I can already see it tops that. What I'd like to say is that I feel like the work and what you're going to see over the next week is, the work of KAID's been really pivotal in both reviving, preserving, and amplifying the history, the heritage, and the culture of the Somali community, both in the UK and beyond. And, when I first started working with you, I hadn't really realised that that's been happening for almost 20 years. And, we're here doing the 17th week of this festival. But the work doesn't stop there. The support doesn't stop there. And I hope that it's going to continue to grow. So I'm going to just speak to the theme of today's event as well, which is to resonate. and the sounds of the past and the voices of the future. So I know you can all read, but I thought I'd say it again. Something that Kai shared with me, which I thought I'm going to repeat here as well, was that to resonate means to fill a space with sound, but it also means to linger, to echo in our hearts and minds long after the moment has passed. And I thought you sharing that with me, I thought was really powerfully spoke to what this year's theme is about and what the intention is to put out there. I feel it highlights how the stories, the memories and the dreams of the past and the present are both shape what we're going to become and also, you know, who you are, who we are as a people in this country and beyond. So through the music, the poetry, the film and the theatre, Somali artists preserve their cultural legacy and create new paths for dialogue and understanding. And I think that really kind of, you know, sharing that with me so that this can be shared in this week and this sort of thinking behind it, I think is just pretty amazing. I'm going to speak now to the impact of the last 3 years, in that, again, it's been my absolute pleasure to kind of work with you and support you just as Arts Council, but I don't really think it's appropriate personally to take the credit for your work. This is literally about supporting what you have been doing and continue to do and continue to scale and make stronger and stronger over the last few years. I'm literally on the journey with you, supporting you guys to do that, and the community and the people in this room are taking on that baton to carry it on. So I really kind of sit here, I say we're working together, but I'm really like, it's about championing you, and I feel that that's my calling here. So, you know, I'm going to say together we've supported projects that connect diverse art forms and gets you out to the wider audiences and gives emerging artists a new platform to kind of shine, both locally in mainstream cultural spaces like here and the many partners that you mentioned earlier. I feel like your dedication shows how the community-led organisation like CAD can basically give a positive impact and really be transformational into both in aspiration and actually, you know, thinking about turning aspirations into reality. And there's so many ways that you're going to see that shown throughout the festival. So on that note, I'm going to say, as we gather and celebrate this festival of the Somali arts and culture, let's remember its champions, the artists, the organisers, the audiences, the supporters like your good selves who've made this possible and will continue to, not just for this week that's coming, but hopefully for years and years to come. So something here is like your belief in the valuing and creativity and how it ensures the voices of the past and the future to continue to be shared and heard and loved and celebrated is something that speaks to my heart and hopefully speaks to everyone's heart that's in the room. So with that in mind, as you mentioned, there are over 30 other events that are happening this week, and I think in London and also beyond. But what I'd really love, and also as one of the funders, I've got to put this out there, but we'd really love you to make sure that you get out to these events, not just today, but help spread the word about them as well. And I think, sharing the love, but also sharing the art and the creativity and culture of Somali creative arts and culture is the best thing we can do here. So again, I'm going to speed up this because I want you to kind of get on with the rest of the programme. Congratulations to Kides and everyone who's brought the festival to life. And I wish you a joyful, connecting, loving, and inspirational festival for the week. So with that, we launch it. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I don't think you can stand up in front of a crowd and not be a bit nervous, right? It's just natural. I think in a way, where I should start is not where I've been told to start. And I'm going to keep it brief. Don't worry, Christina, I promise. But I think we've not yet given a really big round of applause to the person who's most central to Somali Week, to CADE, for not actually just for 17 years. Actually, this has been going on longer than that already. But Ayaan, without Ayaan, you know what I was going to say. Without Ayaan, this would not be happening. It would not have got to where it is now. We would not have seen 17 plus years already. So a really big, and as chair of the board, I can say from even the official position, thank you very much to our incomparable managing director for making everything happen in the way that you have. So thank you, Ayaan, and I think one more round of applause is deserved. Okay, so the job I do have officially, now that I get onto it, is just to introduce you to the panelists that you're going to hear from tonight. After I've introduced them all, they will then come up after me, but Christina will say a few words before then about the theme of both the panel and of the week. You know, people strike in places across the world calling for 4-day weeks and this kind of thing. Somali Week, we do it differently. We do 10-day weeks. So, okay. Christina in a moment is going to talk about the theme for the week, the 10 days, and also for the panel. But before then, we are so happy to have with us some really fascinating, accomplished, skilled artists to talk to us about what they've been doing, and a barrister. For a start, Armanta, not better. I was going to say, not better known as Hassan Noor Saeed, but, you know, he's known as that too sometimes. Armanta from Jijiga, been in the UK for the past 35 plus years, I think. Longer than Somali Week even. It would seem, I think, that the one thing that you're not able to escape is your passion for music, something that you've returned to over and over in your career. And I'm looking forward to hearing you talk about that in the context of the panel in just a few moments. You're known for your genre-hopping melding of traditional Somali styles with the diverse array of influences from hip-hop to rock, from North Africa to Arabic and Indian. And a key aspect of your work that I appreciate, having heard you several times, is your emphasis on original composition in a way that I think brings something fresh to the music that you're presenting. So Armanta will be speaking to us on the panel. Thank you. We also have Warda Mohammed, filmmaker, but not just a filmmaker. Warda is also a theatre director, thankfully for us, because that includes Duxi Days, which we were so proud to be able to support, and no less to see travel to Edinburgh for the Edinburgh Fringe, a really fantastic play, and of course, so many more things that she's done. Warda's first short film premiered on BFI Player 4 years ago, I think, 2021. She's since worked on the series We Are Lady Parts. Fascinating, wonderful, funny, wonderful. Watch it if you haven't. And she's responsible for the short film Muna, which we're very proud to have as part of the short film showing in Somali Week Festival this time. So, Warda, wonderful to have you. Abdurrahman Nasri, another musician, singer, composer. Wonderful to have you join us. Famed for your soulful style, your mix of Somali storytelling in the Somali idiom, mixed with elements of Western popular music, and with a larger follower than I can ever imagine on TikTok and social media. So wonderful to have you join us. Thank you very much, and we welcome you. Lastly, for the panelists, though not lastly in this list, definitely not least, Dr. Christina Woolner, who you've just, well, heard mentioned a few times. Christina is an academic and an author, a social anthropologist and a researcher. Until recently, she's been at Cambridge University in the UK. She's now, sadly for us, in Canada at the University of Waterloo. I say sadly for us because we're losing her to Canada. Too far to commute, unfortunately. Though she's here. She's already in Waterloo, she's here, so actually commuting might be not such a big ask. Maybe we can persuade you to keep coming back each week. Christina's research interest has been on popular culture and how it connects or becomes entangled with socio-political transformation. And also, perhaps most importantly for us, the role she's played as artistic director for CADE over the last couple of years has been really central in making sure that we're able to put together a program as rich as the one you can appreciate in this festival. On a positive note, the negative being we're losing her, I'm sorry, but the positive note is her book, Love Songs in Motion, Voicing Intimacy in Somaliland, not only won the International Council for Traditions of Music and Dance last year, better still, it's on sale just outside the door. So this evening is your chance to get your very own copy of an award-winning book. Make sure you don't leave without it. And lastly on my list, not a panelist, but the host himself, is Hashim Mohammed. Born in Kenya, arriving in the UK as a refugee, he graduated from the universities of Hertfordshire and of Oxford. Hashi established a particular milestone as the first Somali UK barrister when he was called to the bar in 2010. But that's not where his story ends. He's something of a polymath as well. He's involved in numerous social causes, particularly around housing, and he is a published author, journalist, and broadcaster. And I couldn't possibly finish without mentioning that his book too, People Like Us, is available outside and definitely needs to be added to your shopping bag before you leave tonight. So with that, I'd just like to thank the panelists. I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you for being here with us. And I want to now hand over to Christina, who is going to briefly introduce the theme of the panel and indeed, as I said, of Somali Week Festival 2025 as a whole. Thank you.
All right. I'll do the same, pretend I'm not nervous. Though I think just getting here has been an accomplishment. It's been a busy night. So thank you, Michael, for the introduction. It's really an honor to be here and to be able to share a few thoughts with you about this year's theme, which Jessica already told us is resonate. So for most people in this room, it probably goes without saying that Somalis are storytellers and that the voice has been central to storytelling practice in all spheres of life. From men singing as they water their camels, to women passing on wisdom in Buranbur, to mothers singing lullabies to babies. We also, of course, have love songs and the theater tradition that they developed alongside. Those have both been an important site for working out gender relations, expressing desire, and sharing important social messages. Poetry and song have also long been an important means of resisting oppression, from Abdullahi Karshe's anti-colonial anthems to the poets who spoke out against dictatorship in Sinle and Dele, and others to demand an end to oppression or call for justice.
Taloy go'an bay dahaa hujoy taran beden bedkaa hawoy balagaa furfuran sangow dhibay badalligaa bidow camalkaa ku sheeg baday adigana mugga hirkaagiyo baaxaddii ballaadhkiyo mawjadii bilaale miyaa tartaray.
Yeah, and for anybody with long memories, you might remember, this is from Kaide's collection of past recordings. So to resonate, as Jessica already mentioned, means to fill with sound. In a room with good speakers and acoustics like this one, you get an especially good sense of the way that sound envelops and reverberates and can even be felt in the body. But to resonate also has another meaning. It can refer to something that continues to hold value or that produces a profound effect. If someone said to me, for example, that film really resonated, I would take that to mean that it spoke to their experiences, that it touched them somehow. Things that resonate, whether via sound or in their message, are things that touch us. So this year's theme and today's panel is meant to provoke reflection on the way that sounds, voices, and storytelling practices of the past continue to echo or touch us today, alongside the ways that new voices are shaping the future of Somali artistic work. In some of the events this week, it will be easy to literally hear the sounds of the past. So in our final concert, we will pay tribute to the legendary Hibonura, whose voice still touches listeners many decades after her songs were first sung. Later tonight, we will hear familiar rhythms and melodies of Burambur. And in the music of British Somali musicians, we'll hear familiar pentatonic scales and sometimes even old melodies reworked for contemporary audiences. And I was preparing today, I was looking up lullabies on YouTube, and one of the first hits was actually a track from Aramanta's album that included the melody of an old lullaby with new lyrics. So in other events this week, we'll have to listen in different ways for sounds of the past. This year's festival features a truly stellar lineup of young British Somali creatives working across a range of genres. Some are reworking storytelling practices that have been central to Somali artistic expression, like poetry, music, and theater, but are now working primarily in English. And we're excited to be premiering the new play Crush, co-organizing an event with the South Bank Centre celebrating British Somali poetry, and our Final Beats concert next Sunday, featuring 2 of tonight's panelists. Other artists in the program are charting new ground in their work when it comes to medium, whether through film, writing, podcasts, comedy, or visual arts. And we're thrilled to be showcasing the feature-length film A Village Next to Paradise, which Ayan already mentioned, a new documentary about Somalilanders in Tower Hamlets, and an evening of short films. On Tuesday, we also have an exciting lineup of writers working across several genres for a panel called Diasporic Voices. And tomorrow you can join us at Oxford House for a full schedule of events that includes a visual arts exhibit, a podcast taster session, children's entertainment, and a comedy show headlined by the award-winning Kenyan Somali comedian Aden Abdi, who is somewhere here tonight. So whatever their medium, all these artists are using their voices to speak to the joys and challenges faced by a generation whose life experiences are markedly different than their parents and grandparents. And I think while sounds of the past might be less obviously audible in this work, I'd encourage you all to listen out for the subtle ways that Somali's rich storytelling tradition shapes these practices. You may hear it in the inspiration artists draw on, metaphors that they use, or a deep respect for the power of words and the human voice. And I'd also encourage you to listen out for the ways that these sounds have been reworked in new ways that resonate with new audiences, Somali and non-Somali alike. Most of all, I hope that you're both challenged and inspired by the diverse voices that we have the privilege of listening to together this week. On behalf of Kaid, I look forward to listening with you and hearing what resonates. And with that, we will get started with the panel. So I'll have the panelists come and join me on stage.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to Somali Week. I am not nervous, and I won't be speaking for very long. I'll jump straight to Warda, you know who I am, and invite you to just tell us about your latest work and your latest film.
Okay. Oh, yeah? Okay. Well, it's not latest, but yeah, I think something that Ayan was talking about backstage was, about mainstream work, our work reaching the mainstream, and I made a short called Muna in 2022, and it came out in 2023, and it was a really, ended up going on a really successful festival run for 2 years, and then it ended up on BBC iPlayer a few months ago, which we were really proud of. But I think something that I struggled with in trying to get funding for the film is that people who were in positions of power I was trying to get the money of couldn't understand the story I was telling. So just to give you background, Muna is about a young girl named Muna who wants to ask her strict parents if she can go on a week-long school trip. She's 16, and when she's about to ask them, they receive a phone call back home from Somalia that her grandfather, her mother's father, has passed away, and over the weekend they have to prepare for a wake while her mother leans on her for so much, and she thinks in that lead up she can persuade her mother to go on the school trip. And I just really wanted to explore, how do you mourn a family member you've never met before, which is something I've been through multiple times, not living in Somalia, living here most of my life. And when I was going to funders, they were just like, I don't really understand it. I had one funder say, you know, just take out all the teenage stuff and just make it about awake. And I was like, no, I want to make it this way. And, you know, it took many, many years to get funding. But I think being strong in your vision, being strong in your storytelling, and having people that really believe in you makes all the difference. Because I think if I had just made it the way people wanted me to make it, I don't think it would have had the impact it did. So I think it's making sure you stay true to yourself and tell the stories you want to tell, and eventually the mainstream will find you instead of you trying to find the mainstream.
And so just sticking with that, sticking with the theme of resonate, but a story that resonates with you and your experiences, even if it may not resonate with the majority, it will make an impact in the mainstream in due course.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I think me telling a story that was so personal had people that watched the film come up to me after the screening and go, were able to share something personal to me, and that was something I didn't really expect. And, you know, I was so obsessed with making the film, I didn't really think, it was my first narrative, so I didn't think about the festival run or thinking about people coming up to me and things like that. I really thought I just wanted to make the story. So I think it's been really, it's been a big honor for people to feel like they can relate to it, but also be able to tell their own stories as well. So I think it's been inspirational.
Thank you. And to Nasri, just tell us about your work as well, brother, and also how it resonates to sound and voices and all of the sort of artistic work that you've been doing, some amazing things.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I'm very nervous. I want to start by saying that it's different when you perform and sing in front of people. I'm never used to talking to these many people at once, and everyone's just looking at you. My name is Abdurrahman Hussein, Abdurrahman Nasri. I'm known by Abdurrahman Nasri. I do music, cultural music. I've been doing music for the past 4 or 5 years. I was trying to change the narrative of Somali people, connecting music to many different things, such as balwad and addiction and all of those stuff. I wanted to show the world that Somali music can go mainstream and people that are non-Somalis can listen to our music. I always try and do melodies that can, even if you don't understand, you can still have fun and listen to and resonate with. And yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to come to you. We're going to see a short clip of one film that you've worked on to introduce. But earlier in the green room, you met Warda for the first time, and Warda was asking you who you were. And he said, and Armanta's response,
That's not true. That's not true.
Armanta's response was, her mum knows me, because she's too young to know who I am. So for the youngers of the audiences that were born in the 2000s, just introduce yourself and the film that we're about to see.
You see, that's what lawyers do. They cause problems between people.
Because that's what we get paid to solve. So.
I mean, the film we're going to show is my latest. It was my latest work, and I was really fortunate enough to work with people like Ma'alin Saeed Salah. So if we're talking about the past, like, you know, the present and the future, so what we were able to create was a children album, a bilingual children album, and we actually managed to work with children in Minnesota who were born in Minneapolis and St. Paul. They were able to write their own lyrics, talk about their own experiences, and we were able to help them or guide them do that and also record. And it was really one of the most challenging projects I've ever done. It took me 5 years from writing to recording to even making animation videos. And some of the animation videos that we've actually done were like original Somali songs, were some of the first ones. And that was also because about 9 years ago when my son was born, I couldn't find anything for him to watch, to relate to in terms of, all he could watch was Chameleon or something, Coco Chameleon or something. So I had to make something quite,
Let's introduce the short clip now. Have you got the clicker for that? Let's see if it works. Maybe dim the lights a little bit so people can see.
So I'm in Minnesota at the moment, and I'm here because of the Joyce Awards, and I'm really, really thrilled that myself and the Cedar Cultural Center won that award, and we're given the opportunity to create history and recording one of the first bilingual Somali English children albums, and to be able to work with the children of the Cedar and in Minnesota in general.
What we're going to be doing in this workshop this week is we're going to be working with some text that is in Somali and in English, that is in a poem form. We're also going to be, you'll be writing some of your own poetry, and we'll be doing that tomorrow.
Somalis in general were really good storytellers. We used to be an oral society. Theater was important. So if it can inspire and ignite new cultural or artistic expressions, it would be really a successful venture.
I did it yesterday.
It will be historic because not many music or songs for that particular group exist. So if we can make that happen, which we are on track to make it happen, then that would be really, really something to be proud of.
Good. Can you do it one more time?
Okay. On the day I was born, people had been fasting for 19 hours.
That good? That sounds
Yeah, you made all those lyrics, not me.
We made it together.
On the day I was born, it was a harsh winter day and a cold night.
I am the beast of the court. I am from Cedar, where you can't tell the difference between the Cedar buildings.
I am from a country where you judge for what you wear. I am from a family that always fights but ends their day with happiness and joy.
All right, good job.
All right.
Come on up.
They're the people that wrote that, so they're going to be like the main vocal, but then I want to stack the vocal and have like as many people as we can layered on top of that. So whoever's interested in singing on that, I think it would be nice to have, yep. At least, cool.
Can I do it so nobody can hear everything? No, we want to hear.
When you're recording, we'll make a beat around it.
Yeah.
Let me use her beat.
Wait a minute. So you were just singing it?
Sing it. But it sounds like poetry. It sounds like poetry.
Yeah. You
Yeah, let's go upstairs and work on it.
Let's go.
Welcome to see the riverside where the pigeons fly, and the buildings are so high we can't even see the sky. Welcome to see the riverside where the pigeons fly, and the buildings are so high we can't even see the sky.
It sounded good. Let's do it again.
I am is finished. It's finished? Yeah.
When you see some of those young children, the way they enjoy themselves creatively or create some work while you're there with them and give them that confidence, it can only be a positive thing. I am very lucky also to be working with another mentor of mine, Professor Said Salah, who is also a giant of Somali music and Somali writing. And for him to be in Minnesota and to be involved in this work is also really something. It's another opportunity and a really good chance too. We'll be able to do 2 songs with the children that are with us tonight. And this, I think most of them, this is the first time they'll be actually on stage.
Thank you very much. I'm going to come to the audience in a few minutes, but Warda, I just wanted to get your thoughts on that now, and what do you think about Armanta's work?
This is bullying.
No, but I was just reflect on that, and I'd never met you before today, so how can this be planned? But just what are you working on? Tell us about something else that you're working on that we should be expecting, the kind of work that resonates with similar things that you were talking about earlier.
You know, when I was watching the clip, which is incredible, is that I was actually in Minneapolis a few months ago, earlier this year, and I want to talk about legacy really quickly. I went there to talk about my work, but one of the things that all the young people were obsessed with was Duxie Days, and that is because of Ayan. And I ended up playing a recording of the play, and they were all obsessed. And I think places like Somali Week is so important we were talking about planting the seed. And I think we should really honor her and give her flowers and just say thank you so much for everything you do, because I think seeing those young people just be so inspired, and I did a theatre workshop, and it's just like how work that we did a few years ago at Rich Mix, two shows could have legacy like a whole 2 years later and to be shown in a different continent and people still understand it. So thank you. So yeah, that was my point.
Very good. And to you, Nasri, any reflections on that? Anything that does it ignite something in you? And
yeah, I like the song that was in it.
The song
you
were singing?
Listening to the song mostly. I like how the young ones are singing the song as well. They may not even speak Somali very well, but they were singing and they sounded beautiful.
That's amazing.
So that's good.
Thank you very much. I think we've run out of time. I just want to also congratulate Warda again, Nasri and Armanta, for the amazing work that you guys are doing to keep the Somali culture alive. Christina, fantastic program that you've got going on here. Thank you to the Arts Council, to Michael, and of course, this wouldn't be possible without the force of nature that is Ayan. So, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for the translations here, and I'm not sure what's happening now. We're going to have a small performance.
Salaam alaikum dhammaantiin sideetihi. Salaam alaykum dhammaantiin sideetihi. O salaan guud weeye suugana haddaan dhex galo. O salaan guud weeye suugana haddaan dhex galo. O kasii tixraacana sidee soo dhaweyntutaa. kasii tixraacana sida ehay isoo dhaweyntutaa Somali week weheyesana hadlihiya ahan sugnaa Somali week weheyesana hadlihiya ahan sugnaa Somali festival week wayo ana saacida Somali week festival wayo ana saacida markaan saarahaya saaca waa ina ahan helaa markaan saarahaya saaca waa ina ahan helaa shubahada hadii kaydaylay waka shub waka haye wakuka shubahada aku wadaysa saanku
Thank you all for coming, and we hope to see you the rest of the week. Thank you.